Welcome to Diva Dialogue with your host, Deb St.Hilaire, and that's me. And I'm so happy that you could join me today. I love summertime so much. It's it's um it's warm, and I don't even mind the heat except for when I'm inside of a building for some reason. When I'm outside, it's not so bad because you're outside and it's like it's supposed to be hot out there. But when I'm inside a building and it's hot and humid, I just am miserable. And I don't know about you, but that's how it is for me. So I don't like being hot and miserable. I like having fun, which is what our show is all about today. It's about having fun. And I think so many times we forget how to have fun and we take ourselves too seriously. So we're going to have a discussion today about maybe how to get back to that place of fun with our guest, JANES. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about him, and then we'll come back to the definition of fun. JANES is from Chicago. Well, not from, but that's where he lives now. And he is a very interesting guy. He does a lot of different things. And he's funny. He's adjunct faculty instructor at Columbia College. He's a teacher at Second City Training Center. He's the former artistic director / training center director at CSZ Theater in Chicago. He studied theater arts, directing at Columbia College in Chicago, and he studied improv at Second City Training Center. He also studied theater at Wright State University, went to Port Clinton High School in Port Clinton, Ohio, and currently lives in Chicago, Illinois. And he is a funny guy. So the way that I met him was through his brother, whose name is Don Janes. And he was a very good friend of mine, and we used to spend some holidays together, especially when the weather was bad and I couldn't make it back to my family. So I think this was the first time I met Joe was at Christmas over Chinese food, which was their tradition, which I find very amusing that was their tradition. Don't you find that amusing? Because Chinese restaurants are usually the only ones open on Christmas. So I figured, what better person for us to talk about laughter and fun than a gentleman that provides laughter and fun for a living. So hopefully he'll be calling in here within the next couple of seconds. So I was thinking about fun the other day, and I was watching some children play. And this was maybe a week and a half ago. And it was the day before school had out. So it was last Thursday, or the Thursday before that. And they were outside on the beach playing without, and I know you know this saying, without a care in the world. And it made me sad that I wasn't out on the beach playing without a care in the world, because as adults we forget that total abandonment and that total of life and that total immersion into play. It's something that everyday living makes us forget about. It's something that adult deprives us of, because as adults we're not supposed to play so much. I think it's coming back a little bit because, you know, those she sheds and man caves, I think those are like playgrounds for adults. In my head, I think that's why they're coming back. Because I think we're trying desperately, our society is so overworked that we're trying desperately to bring some fun and innocent entertainment, not based on TV or radio or an external movies, anything like that. We're trying to have it bubble up from within. And to me, that's true fun. And that's where it comes from. I don't know. Chicago might have different time than us, so I just messaged Joe. I don't know. Does Chicago have different time than us? I don't know. He said, whoops. That was funny. I find that funny. See, that's having fun, right? I found it funny. So he'll be calling in here in a minute. So think back to when you were little and life was so much more simple and you would just play. You would just play. So welcome to Diva Dialogue, Joe Janes. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, there you
are.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine. I just got out of a yoga class, and just before I started yoga, I'm like, wait a minute, there might be a time difference.
Nope.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. You're only 5 minutes behind, but I'm glad I messaged you. Is there a time difference?
Well, yeah, it's like 11:10 right now.
Oh, and I had no idea. I thought Chicago was the same time. Silly me.
I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, me too.
Until an hour ago.
Well, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. So, because you're here now, that's all that matters. So my topic today that I think you'll relate to is fun.
Yes.
So I thought, what better person to have on than you to talk about fun, because you lead a really fun life.
Oh, thank you.
What, don't you?
Most of the time.
Yes, well, we all have our downtimes, right? So, and you know, it's funny because when you're a child, you just automatically, that's what you base your day on. Like, okay, I'm waking up today. This is what I'm going to do for fun.
Yeah. Well, also, like, as a child, fun is also work. Because it's like, oh, I gotta go play kickball. Right. And then at 3 o'clock, I got this. But it's all, like, fun things to do.
Right.
But you take it very seriously. It's serious fun.
True. It's true. And there's no fun as good as serious fun.
Exactly. You should take your fun very seriously.
That's right. So the definition of fun is something that provides mirth or amusement, such as a picnic would be fun.
Sure.
Fun and games. We all hear that. Fun and games.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also play.
Yes.
Because I think sometimes I can see where there's a distinction between fun and play. Like, oh, I'll go see this movie. That'll be fun. But play is more engagement.
Yes.
And to me, I think that's where the most nurturing part of fun is when you're engaged with something.
Exactly. That's what I was just talking about right before you called. So, like, you could go see a funny movie, or you could watch something on TV that will actually make you laugh. But there's nothing like playing on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And laughing, or going out with your friends and having somebody say something funny. Like my adult play is drinking wines with my girlfriends and laughing hysterically.
and is there so much wine you're not exactly sure why you're laughing? Or
no, we know why we're laughing.
Okay.
But there was a time. I have to admit, one time when your brother was visiting me, we were hysterical, and wine was involved, and we both had to really pull ourselves out of it. He's very funny too, your brother. So it runs.
I've done that too. It's been a while where you laugh so hard that you're not in control anymore.
Yes.
Like you start tearing up, and I've been in the middle of some rehearsals where something funny happens, and I start laughing, and it basically shuts down the rehearsal for about 10 or 15 minutes.
See, that is
I am
so
incapacitated.
Fun. Right, and your stomach hurts. Right, that's when I
Yes.
come home from someplace out with my friends and my stomach hurts. I know that was a good time. So, what was your favorite fun activity when you were a kid?
Oh, gosh. Well, we grew up near some woods, and we grew up near a river. I think the most fun thing I would do with my brothers, and sometimes even by myself, because it was an okay thing to do then, was just go exploring. Just go walk along the river, go walk in the woods, climb trees. I was all about, like, getting up on rooftops, which is, of course, something I don't recommend children do. Fortunately, nothing bad ever happened. I would climb TV antennas and get up on rooftops.
Oh, my gosh.
Loved it.
Oh, there's always a climber in every family.
Mm-hmm. And, swimming, we could jump into the river and swim whenever we wanted to, or when it was cold, go ice skating without ice skates.
Right. So those are all really fun things. We used to go camping too, and I used to think that was so much fun.
Yeah, me too.
What do you do now that's fun?
Well, I do all sorts of things. I think I do a lot of variety. Well, the yoga class I just took is actually a lot of fun.
Good.
It's at this gym in Chicago, and it's because it's it's Monday and it's early morning. It's not very crowded. I'm usually the only guy there.
That's why you go, isn't it?
Well, the rest of the class is little old ladies.
Oh.
But it's so much fun. We have a great time.
Oh, good. That's really good.
And also it's good for my body.
Right. Yep, so you're killing two birds with one stone, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. I love that you don't shy away because it's all little old ladies, too.
No, I don't care. We would blast.
Good. That's very
And then,
good.
like, Saturday night was a friend's birthday, and this is sort of like you and the wine. Like, he loves craft beer. So one of the things we did is we went over to his place, sat on the patio, and he cracked open his cellar and gave us the samples of these Bourbon County beers that are like people would pay you like hundreds of dollars for.
Wow.
And that was great. And then, some of them okay, and some of them were like amazing.
Huh.
And that was fun. We just laughed, told stories, and drank this great beer.
Excellent. Yeah, that does sound like fun. So I go see my granddaughter, and usually your brothers, I see that.